What we do is we mail free handwritten notes to other people with OCD, just spreading encouragement and hope and artwork and resources.
Why OCD?
I got diagnosed with OCD. I didn't want to tell a soul and didn't want anyone to know, and just assumed I was one of the only people in the world with this weird condition.
I've had OCD my whole life. I never told anyone because why would I? When it went from like this secret I had kept to like, holy cow, there's a name for this and there's a treatment and there's other people, I was like, I want to meet them all. And so that's kind of where this came from. Is
it's easy to feel like you were the only one, and hearing you're not alone does get repetitive, but at the same time, there's a reason that is a term that people use with all mental health conditions.
All of our team members either have OCD or have a really close connection to OCD. When it's coming from someone who gets it truly and fully, I think that's what makes that a fuller message than just, oh, you're not alone. Like, here's a statistic. No, it's you're not alone because I get it.
Have you ever felt so overwhelmed by your mental health concerns that it's hard to even contemplate getting help? Let's be honest. When you're really struggling, finding help and getting yourself to a therapy session can be really difficult. But that's where virtual therapy offerings like ours really make a difference. As a licensed clinical psychologist with 25 years of OCD treatment, I've worked with people to help them get their life back on track. I've also trained a clinical team to do the same here at NOCD. NOCD is an online platform offering specialized, accessible, and convenient OCD treatment. Our therapists take insurance and will work with you every step of the way to help you get your life back from obsessive-compulsive disorder. So head to NOCD.com to book a call to start your treatment journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on our latest podcasts and webinars. Now, on to today's episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of the Get to Know OCD podcast. Happy to be here with all of you. Patrick McGrath, Chief Clinical Officer for NOCD, and two of my friends are here today. And I say that in all sincerity because we've become buds over the years due to the great work that we have seen from Morgan and from Molly. So Molly and Morgan, could you guys introduce yourselves and tell everybody what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Morgan. We look very similar. It's often confusing. So this side is Morgan. By day, I am a public librarian, and then by night, I guess, in the OCD world, I co-founded Not Alone Notes with Molly. And so what we do is we mail free handwritten notes to other people with OCD, just spreading encouragement and hope and artwork and resources.
And I'm Molly. For work, I work at a therapeutic high school at McLean Hospital in Massachusetts. And then I'm also getting my master's in public health.
Wonderful. Well, tell us about Not Alone Notes and how it began and the impetus for it and what keeps you going with it.
Yeah, it started humbly in my college dorm room. I had a pack of stationery and I saw a YouTube video of a girl with type 1 diabetes got a backpack full of like resources and like a toy she could like practice doing insulin on, all kinds of resources and comfort. I was like, why doesn't that exist for OCD? I didn't have the funding for that. So I was like, well, I like stationery. I have a pack of stationery and I had my blog. I've had my blog for over 10 years. So I figured, what if I just put out a Google form and say, hey, I'll write you a letter. And it's just like an encouraging, friendly letter. And people started requesting them. Molly got involved pretty shortly after. I'll let her share her piece.
Yeah, so I followed Morgan on Twitter, and I just followed her because she talked about her OCD journey online. I thought that was so cool. And so when I saw that she was, and I wanted to get involved in the OCD community and the mental health community, but I didn't know how, and I really liked art. So when I saw that she was thinking about sending notes to people, I thought I can make the cards that she's sending the notes on. So I just reached out through a DM on Twitter. I wish I could still find that DM, but
I have it somewhere.
And so I reached out and she said, sure. So I ended up mailing her notes, and then she would write on the notes and we would get a request from someone who wanted a note. We make them as personalized as possible. So we ask the person their favorite color to make the note that color and the writing inside that color, because everything's handwritten and handmade. So someone would request a note in a certain color, and then I would make the note, mail it to Morgan. Morgan would write the note and mail it to the person.
Double
We've
mail.
streamlined it since then.
Yeah, I'm figuring it's probably become a little more streamlined since then. Yes.
Us alone, just the two of us, we sponsored the USPS for a couple of years.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
nice of you. Yeah. That's why they stayed afloat. There you go.
Right.
So it's grown, obviously, since then. How has it
Yeah.
grown, and what's the response been like from it?
In terms of growth, we have a whole team now of people who help us and really keep this movement going. And so that way we all hand make cards and we all write them and send them on their way. So honestly, your card could be coming from anywhere in the US or even Canada. And so that's our growth. And we incorporated it as an official nonprofit a few years ago.
And we've also expanded to not only OCD, but under the disorders under the OCD umbrella. So Tourette's, hoarding, caregivers of those with just these disorders, BFRBs.
Body-focused repetitive behaviors like hair pulling and skin picking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we just broadened it so we could reach more people that are suffering with OCD and related disorders as well.
How selfish of you. No, I think it's wonderful. It's just so awesome of what you guys have done. And
I mean, it genuinely is like, it's very fun. Like, it's just, it does, like, it's not, like, it does benefit me too. It's so enjoyable to write these notes and create them and like, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be very fulfilling, I would think.
Yes,
and
fulfilling is the right word.
I've been on the other side at the residential, when I was at the Foglia Family Foundation Residential Treatment Center and getting a package of letters that you get to hand out, and just to see the faces of people who have no idea who these letters are coming from, or we didn't even tell them they were coming. It was just kind of a surprise, especially for people who were there over holidays and things, and just the smiles that it put on people's faces was amazing.
Yeah. I think the holiday ones are special too, that we do with the IOCDF, the International OCD Foundation, where anyone can send in notes. And then there's just hundreds of holiday themed notes to go out to people in residential facilities. It's really special.
I've seen you at conferences too, right? You always have a stack and people can fill them out and write a note to people that will get sent out later, correct?
Pretty much, we always have a stack, that people can help write notes or decorate the outside, whether they're more artsy or righty.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually hand those out to the treatment centers that are at the conference, because it's just, instead of mailing it to the different treatment centers, it's easier to just hand them out to everyone. And it's fun to just go up to them and say, "Want some notes?"
Yeah. Have a note. Yes.
Yes.
How many are you doing a year now?
Didn't know that off the top of my head. I know
it's close to one a day. I mean, we're not physically sending one a day, but it's average. Like 350 or so.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It also depends on the year, because do you want to explain what not alone totes are?
Oh, so yeah, our original idea came from that like care package. So then now that we have more like of an established following and donations and all of that, we started a few years ago Not Alone Totes, not to be confused with Not Alone Notes. And so these are that original idea where they're a care package and it comes with like a book about OCD and a note itself, but fidget toys, and I included bubbles once, just, for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it is that care package, but we only do those about once or twice a year and have sort of a limited number because we get that all from donations to send in.
Sure. Now, if I was on water, would it be Not Alone Boats?
Would also Not Alone Goats is in progress.
Not Alone Goats?
That's my favorite,
If you're in the castle, it's Not Alone Moats.
Yes. Not Alone Moats. That would be...
And the boat floats?
Yeah, right. For breakfast, Not Alone Oats, maybe?
Yeah. I think we're onto a good rhyming scheme here.
There's a lot we could do with this. I'm really excited.
College Morgan picked well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So obviously there's an interest for both of you in OCD, and as much as you're willing to speak about why OCD, why did that get the interest from the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open about how I've had OCD my whole life. It's honestly some of my earliest memories, where in preschool I was so perfectionistic and I was like, no, we can't move on from this painting. It's not perfect. And just little things like that, or like numbers that had special meanings, good numbers, bad numbers. I never told anyone because why would I? I thought this was just the way my brain worked. It wasn't until I started college that it really kind of exploded into like unable to function. And I figured it out myself that I had OCD and was able to finally find a specialist and get diagnosed and start treatment. And so when it went from like this secret I had kept for 15 years to like, holy cow, there's a name for this and there's a treatment and there's other people, I was like, I want to meet them all. I want to connect with all of them. I want to talk about this every day. And so that's kind of where this came from is I, through the OCD conferences and other walks and events and things like that, I met so many people with OCD and I just wanted to reach those other people who are sitting at home feeling lonely and like, you know what, if it takes doing it the old fashioned way through the mail, let's do it.
That's awesome. What has the response been from people? Do you get letters back? Do people just come up to you when they see you at conferences? How has that been?
We occasionally get letters back. I have a whole poster of them, or I send them to the writer who it's like directed to.
Oh,
but yeah,
yeah.
it's very fun to get letters back. But they're not too often, so it's very exciting when I go to the PO box and there's a letter.
I have a story from a walk a couple years ago. Someone came up to the walk and gave me a gnome that is a Not Alone Notes gnome, and I have it here. And it's so cute, and she made it, and it makes me so happy. It's just so sweet that someone thought to make this with their little envelope on it.
Oh, Not Alone Gnomes. There we go.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And again, going back to, those people at the residential who would get this, it was always so funny at first because they'd be kind of confused, like, why am I getting mail, from someone I don't, what is this? And then to watch just the smile creep on their face and the appreciation that was there. And many of them hung them up in their rooms or had them on their desks or something like that. So it was a great piece of inspiration to see. So what has inspired the two of you in your own mental health journeys as you've kind of continued to do this? Obviously, this is very rewarding, but I'm knowing the two of you and the go-getters that you both are, I'm sure there's other things that really kind of push you along and keep you excited in helping people.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my writing is probably the other big piece is I don't have like a set schedule for my blog, but just whenever I need to process something, I will blog about it and then post it. It's funny, my partner's like, I always know what you're going to post because you'll text me about it like 2 hours earlier. And so then I like process it through the writing. And yes, I get responses that like, I didn't know anyone else thought like this, or I thought I was alone in feeling this way. Thank you so much for explaining this. But my blog is really, it's just like a journal. It's a way to process and reflect for myself. And yeah, I mean, it hopefully helps the OCD community, but it's more just a public journal.
And I like to do art, which is kind of how Not Alone Notes started, with Morgan being the writer and I'm the artist. So I just like to listen to podcasts and do art as my way to decompress and be alone for a little bit.
Yeah, that writing plus art kind of melded perfectly to make Not Alone Notes.
Yeah, you two are the yin and yang of the note there, in a way, right? With the, like we said earlier, the artsy and the righty parts of you, to bring it together.
Balance each other out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. You continue to advocate for people with OCD. Your work has been recognized, and I believe you just received a major award, if I am correct about this. Can you tell us about that?
Well, so we haven't, we're recording this a little bit before the award is given to us, but we got the inside scoop that we're getting the Hero Award at the OCD conference in Chicago. We're super excited, super thankful.
I will not be giving it away before the conference. I've been scouts at it. I was not a scout, but anyway, I will not be giving it away. So
yeah, we were told not to tell anyone, but we're telling.
This is, time travel. So
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are the
yeah,
future.
we're very excited. I attended my first OCD conference 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's wild to think like who she even was. Like she had just figured out she had OCD,
Sure.
let alone like who I am. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's two different people.
Yeah, I agree. It's wild. I didn't mention my OCD story kind of like Morgan did. I started having symptoms of OCD when I was 4, wasn't diagnosed till 11, and then didn't get proper treatment until I was 25. And so when I first, when I first got diagnosed with OCD, I didn't want to tell a soul and didn't want anyone to know, and just assumed I was one of the only people in the world with this weird condition. And so now it's wild to think that we're getting an award for giving back to a community that we didn't even know existed when we were first diagnosed.
What's it like to go from feeling so alone and isolated like that to coming to a conference and looking around and realizing, I was wrong. There are a lot of other people here. Right?
I do want to say it took time. I remember when I was diagnosed, so it was like around 6th or 7th grade. And my mom had said to me around that time, do you want to go to a conference for people with OCD? And I was horrified. I was like, it's going to be people lined up in the bathroom, washing their hands. And I don't want any part of that. So it did take meeting Morgan and other people with OCD, and people have gone to the conference to feel comfortable going to a place with a bunch of people with OCD. Some people go without knowing anyone, and props to them, and that's very brave. I do think it's helpful going with someone that you know, even if it's a sibling or a parent. I think that's helpful, and because it is a big exposure going to a new place with strangers that kind of understand your brain, but you don't know any of them. But
I talked about it in another college experience. I was part of we did a mental health monologues show. Okay. And so my monologue was talking about how when I was first diagnosed with OCD, you hear it's like 1 in 100 people or so have OCD. And so you look around and you're like, all right, I'm the one. But you go to the conference, and that's what's so amazing is it's basically almost everyone. It's almost 100 out of 100. And that to me was life-changing, to not be the only one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? When you discover that you're not alone, you're not the only person.
It's also a great community where you can go up to someone and they're more likely to be receptive and be friendly because everyone's there is anxious and nervous. And then also there are topics to talk about because you're meeting a stranger, but the first question that a lot of people ask are, what are your OCD themes? And then it opens up a conversation, and then you have something to relate to each other about. And then the conversation grows from there.
Yes, I could see. Ooh, I haven't had that one. Oh, but I've definitely had that one. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that the support groups are there too, so you really do get a chance to meet other people who share a lot of the things that you have. And
I mean, some of my
such a sense
closest
of
friends
community.
are from the conference.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Will you be at the conference with a booth again this year, or yeah?
We will, yes. Especially because Chicago is so close to me. I'm going to take the train, and we can bring all kinds of stuff. Don't have to worry about flying. Molly has to fly, but.
And we have at our booth, we're going to have our exposure coloring book, which is called Color Your Fears. And then we also have a dot-to-dot exposure book.
That sounds fun. I was thinking, I of course get lots of charities will send you cards in the mail and things. And I have a lot of these. Would you take donations of cards and people could doctor them up and everything? Or do you limit them to the ones you make? How do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, people can always donate note cards. We try and keep them handmade.
Sure.
But I kind of like the idea of like taking an existing one and like adding to it. That's kind of fun. We've never done that.
I thought it'd be like, if you had, some of them have a picture of a tree frog, and what if you pasted a little thought bubble on it, like the frog was saying something? It might be, it might be. It's like a Banksying the card or something like that. Just something in that way. So That might be kind of fun.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, something.
We've had people donate cards as their bat mitzvah project or for
Yeah.
being
Oh.
Boy Scout or an Eagle Scout, I think it was. So we've had
Mhm.
different people donate hundreds of cards or just 10 cards. Like you can donate whatever you'd like. And they're all, usually those were handmade, but
Hmm.
Patrick has
That's
other
kind of
ideas.
fun, like a collage project.
I don't know. I like to think outside the box, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But, well, that's pretty cool. Do you foresee growing what you do with the not for profit into other things? Is there ideas of expansion, or what are your thoughts as you look ahead in your life, living with OCD and creating community for people with OCD?
I mean, yes and no. I think I never intended it to be this.
Sure.
It was just kind of a fun idea. So this is the fact that it's gotten this far is pretty amazing. And we've definitely expanded, like we mentioned, sending to other things within the OCD umbrella and just not sheer number. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever expand to just like general notes of support. I think
Hmm.
we'll always be sort of OCD community specific, just
Cool. Hmm.
because I don't know, that community is so special to us. But I honestly, I don't know. We've just kind of taken it as it goes. It never was supposed to be this big and this long, so we just keep going.
Yeah. I could even see other people taking the idea for other conditions. You could have very specific condition wise for something like this.
And we have seen that, and people
Hmm.
will sometimes ask, like, "Hey, can we copy this idea?" And we're like, more the merrier. Please
Yeah.
do.
There's
Like,
nothing
yeah,
wr's with
please,
spreading good cheer around the
yeah,
world, right? I mean,
yeah. Please take it, modify
yeah,
it, do what you want with it.
definitely use a lot of that. So
Yeah.
that's good. What are the messages you try to send to people? Obviously, they're going to be very personalized, but what do you hope to convey to the folks that you send these to?
Just that there's other people in the world that know what they're going through. It's easy to feel like you're the only one. And hearing you're not alone does get repetitive,
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's a reason that that is a term that people use with all mental health conditions. We It's just looking back at younger me, would love to have received a note or just hear from someone else. That's why I followed Morgan on Twitter all those
Hmm.
years ago, was
Yeah.
because it was interesting hearing from other people's experiences. I mean, we don't talk about our personal experiences in the notes, but just knowing that someone else has gone through something that I'm also going through, and being brave enough to share that they have also, well, I'm talking about when I was following Morgan on Twitter. Like, it was
Okay.
amazing that she would be able to share what she was going through with such a large group of people.
Hmm.
And so back to the notes, it's just, if I can give someone encouragement and know that there's other people that, I like to say, share the same brain as them,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
hopefully that encourages them on their journey to continue with the treatment, even if it's hard and scary.
So for both of you, I wonder if we could use the time machine again and imagine your younger self getting one of these notes. What do you think it would have done for you? What would it have created as a feel good for you?
Oof. That like almost makes me cry. I I can't even imagine, especially because like I love snail mail. I was as a little kid, I'd be like, "Can I go get mail? I want to go to the post box." Like I've always loved mail. So just
Okay.
if I were to get a handwritten note from someone just expressing like how much hope there is and that they believe in me and that I'm not alone and they don't even know me, like I can't even imagine. And that is why writing these is so special. Yes, I write what I would have needed to hear, but I also
Hmm.
am still kind of writing what I need to hear.
Yeah.
Like these messages are for all of us.
Right. That makes sense. How about for you, Molly?
Um, Definitely learning or hearing from someone else that treatment is available and that it's possible to get better from OCD, especially being such a long time between ages 11 and 25 in therapy and not getting the correct form of therapy.
Yeah.
Learning the correct form of therapy and hearing from someone who's gone through it, and then knowing that there is a way out of the OCD cycle.
Do either of you happen to have a note that's about ready to go? And I'm wondering if you might read to us just a sample of what you put inside of it so people could hear.
I thought I did, but we send them pretty fast. So like you wrap them up, you put a bunch of stickers on them, you send them. But I mean, the kind of things we say are like,
Yeah,
I
let's hear
believe
it.
in you. You are so strong. You're stronger than OCD. I know OCD can be such a bully, but I get it. We're in this together. Yeah. And then if they mention specific things like, or if it's like a specific person requesting it for them, I'll be like, your cousin requested this for you and they're so ready to support you and they just want you to feel loved and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't see that would be disappointing to receive for anybody. Right?
Well, and the artwork, like, it's not just the writing. I don't want that to like sidestep how cool it is to get like a homemade piece of art. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Do you have some you could even throw up to the camera there and show us just so we could just see what some of them look like? That would be really cool.
I'm glad Morgan's more prepared. I could dig through my boxes here.
Mine just happened to be next to me. These have all been donated too. So like,
oh, lovely.
Cute.
Yeah.
You're strong. Very cute.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Some of the cute ones. And like, we get ones from kids too, which are so cute.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Oh, here's an OG Molly card. So these are one of the ones that Molly made years ago and sent to me to then write in.
I like it.
Send to people.
Yeah.
So that's an OG Molly card.
Snazzy. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we decorate it with all kinds of things. I actually have right here tons of washi tape to seal the card, and we have tons of stickers and colored pens, and we just make it as fun as possible as someone would want to receive it, but it's also fun making it. So
it's so fun.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we don't know what their favorite color is going to be, so you got to be prepared.
You're prepared. You're ready. Yeah.
As I throw pens across the room.
Right. And I mean, this is obviously a part of you now. Anyone who's with you, your partners, your family, know that this is just a part of your day. You're going to be doing this, and it's how you're going to be making sure that, you're not isolated. You're a part of the world. You're not letting OCD win. And you're also hoping to help other people not let OCD win too.
About a year ago, I literally made it part of me and I got an envelope tattoo. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's literally part of me permanently.
Molly, when is your tattoo coming? We have to ask now.
I mean,
right. You don't have to, but
club,
we have
Molly.
talked about it.
Well, we talked about getting one together, so now you already got yours, so I guess I'm off the hook.
Oh, sure. Morgan, jump in the line.
I knew I was going to chicken out if I just didn't just do it. So I just went and did it.
That's so fun. How do people get letters from you? Can they go online? Obviously the conference booth, you're going to be there, but how do people make the requests and get your information and all that stuff?
Yeah. So, our mails are completely free and we send them all over the world. And we have a link on our website, which is notalonenotes.org. We also have an Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Not Alone Notes. And you can sign up on our website for a note. And we just ask basic information where your name, address, your favorite color, of course. And then if you want to tell us something about yourself, you can, but it's not required. And then you can also request notes for other people. So if you wanted to thank a caregiver or send a note to your friend with OCD, you can send as many notes as you want. request to send as many notes as you want.
Yeah.
Can people donate to you since you're now a not-for-profit, like stamps or things?
Well, we have a PO box on our website.
Okay.
And you can send notes there. We also, on our website, have a donation if you wanted to donate money, but you can also send us stamps or stickers or cards, whatever you would like. We're always thankful.
That's awesome. Very helpful. I think our main budget line is postage.
Yeah, I'm thinking it probably is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, our whole team are volunteers. None of us get paid to do this. This is just a fun project that we do on the side.
How many people are on the team now?
About
20?
20.
12? No,
Probably between 10
Two.
and 20.
Yeah.
Because
it fluctuates.
sometimes
Sure.
people take breaks, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
And they won't write notes for a couple months and they come back. So that's why we don't have an exact number.
Yeah. Or like
There's-
if they're busy with like finals week this week, like people, things like that.
Yes. What do you mean finals? Write a note. Yeah, come on. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah,
No,
or just life, treatment,
life.
life, whatever.
Things happen. Yeah. Well, that's really cool. If other people wanted to get involved, they could also then send you something through the post box there, or they could reach out. I'm sure there's an email they can get a hold of you.
I mean, we do use computers and have an email, despite being very.
I like the old schoolness of this, though. I just think it's really cool. That's what I like about it. Yeah.
Every year or so, depending on the number of volunteers, we send out a new request for writers. It's not an ongoing. You can't sign up to be a writer always, and that's just because we're protecting your personal information, like your address that we get. Right. And so we have an application process for that. So, but we always welcome donations of cards, and you can always email us questions that you have at it's notalonenotes@gmail.com.
Gotcha. What if I wanted to call you on my rotary phone that still has a landline? Could I do that as well? Or
I don't know if I would know how to answer it.
No, that's great.
I definitely wouldn't know how to call you back.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you're not over 50, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I know it is. I just don't know how to use it.
Yeah. It's funny, young kids, if they were forced to call 911 on a rotary, it'd be like, no, I just think the house is going to burn down. I guess I'm going to die. I don't know. I don't know that anything else could happen. So. Well, let's pretend to our audience out here who's listening that, we have a virtual card that you are going to send to everybody. So what is the virtual card /hug/motivation you want to tell people right now who are watching?
I mean, for me, it always comes back to you're not alone. And as Molly said, that can sound repetitive, but when that's something else. All of our team members either have OCD or have a really close connection to OCD. When it's coming from someone who gets it truly and fully, I think that's what makes that a fuller message than just, you're not alone. Like, here's a statistic. No, it's you're not alone because I get it.
Yeah.
And I would say that
there are the easy answer.
That there are people with OCD closer than you think. When I was growing up, I thought no one in my town, no one in my school, no one in my county. Like, I didn't think that anyone had OCD except for me. And so, especially we're seeing card requests coming in from all over the world. Mm-hmm. People could really just be down the street from you and they could have OCD too. Like, there's people all over the place now. Like, everyone, people are talking about OCD more and being diagnosed more because there's more awareness about it, which is great. So there's just people that are struggling just like you right in your neighborhood.
Yeah, they got rid of the only one OCD per county rule a while ago. So you can have more.
Darn.
Yeah. I know. They should have kept that, really. It would have been great.
But she's totally we literally get notes down the street from us.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, should I really send this through the mail? Should I just go say hi?
Just knock on their
door.
Hi, you have OCD? Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. And a cookie. Here you go.
Right.
Awesome.
Want to be friends?
Yeah, really. Let's be friends. Well, I'm proud of the two of you for many reasons. The work you've done is amazing. I've seen it personally with the people in our programs that have received your notes in the past and how much they appreciated it. You've supported OCD Midwest and Bennett Walks and things that we've done. And so there's just so many ways that we've been connected over the years. And so I don't often have a personal connection to some of these. I get to meet people from all over the world, but this is fun to really have that personal connection with you guys. So thank you very much for your work.
Thank you. I'm excited for the Chicago walk again. Hopefully it won't rain this year.
It's only been the last 17 years that it's rained. So yeah, maybe this will be the one where it doesn't.
Maybe this is it.
Our Boston walk is on Saturday. It's not supposed to rain. So
yeah. Yeah,
And of
give
course,
them
the
a-
one time I went to the Boston Walk,
it rained.
torrential rain.
It was awful. It was like 30 degrees as well, and they were
Yeah.
handing out ice cream, and we were all freezing.
Yeah.
And I still ate that ice cream.
Well, it is ice cream. I mean, yeah. So. Awesome. Well, thank you both. We really appreciate your time. And again, everyone, if you're interested in getting a note, you can check out Not Alone Notes. If you're interested in volunteering and helping out a great cause, there's always a way to work with Molly and with Morgan as well. So to Molly and Morgan, thank you both for being here today on the Get to Know OCD podcast.
Thanks so much for having us.
And if you like the Get to Know OCD podcast, you can subscribe to our NOCD YouTube channel, where you can watch other episodes as well as webinars that we've done. If you're looking for help for OCD or related conditions like body-focused repetitive behaviors or tics or hoarding, we also work with anxiety disorders, trauma, and mood concerns. Check us out at NOCD.com. That's NOCD.com. We even do our NOCD 411 sessions if you're looking for info and you want a kind of one-on-one time with one of our specialists. We'd be happy to do that too. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Thanks.